This video explains how to use the Charting the Life course tool for exploring decision-making supports. The tool is designed to facilitate a conversation that helps you and the person-centered planning team identify different levels of support the person with a disability needs to make important life decisions. On the right-hand side of the tool, there are 3 columns that correspond to the amount of support a person needs when making decisions. The first column, I can decide with no extra support, is selected when no supports are needed. The second column, I need support with my decision, is selected when some supports are needed. The third column, I need someone to decide for me, is selected when full support is needed to make decisions. It is important to highlight that these areas are not limited to the level of support a person needs to make certain decisions. They also explore whether or not a person cares about making that decision. For example, the individual may be able to make a decision about where he works, but he does not want to complete the paperwork required to get a job. On the left-hand side of the tool, there are 6 life domains. Each life domain represents a variety of life experiences, including daily life and employment, healthy living, social and spirituality, safety and security, community living, and citizenship and advocacy. Each domain has a number of questions that are reviewed with the individual with a disability to help guide the conversation around decision-making. You, the person with a disability, and the person-centered planning team will select the corresponding level of support required for each relevant question. The questions are designed to spark other questions within each domain that are individualized to the person with a disability. When using the tool, it is important to discuss what kind of support an individual needs during the decision-making process to ensure there is not too much or too little support in the process. Ultimately, the tool ensures the support is provided in the least restrictive way possible. Let's hear from a support coordinator on how she uses the tool for exploring decision-making supports.
The next tool is the tool for exploring decision-making. There is 3 areas that you look at. 1, I can decide with no extra support. It's something that I can decide on my own. 2, I need support with my decision. Or 3, I need somebody else to make the decision for me. And then we go through those 6 domains that I talked about earlier. Daily life and employment, healthy living, social and spirituality, safety and security, community living, citizenship and advocacy. So we ask different questions. So can you decide where you want to live? Is that something you need help with? Is that something you can decide on your own? Or is that a decision that somebody else needs to make for you? Can I decide when and where I work? And so each area has questions that spark a conversation. This tool is great. It doesn't have to have every question filled out. And if somebody doesn't care, it doesn't have to be answered, but it helps spark a discussion. Is this something that you can decide on your own? Or do I, as a parent or staff, need to support you in this? Is this something you can decide on your own, but we haven't been allowing you to decide this on your own? And so it allows us to find other areas that people can be independent on.
The tool for exploring decision-making supports identifies the life areas where a person with a disability may or may not need support when making life decisions. The questions outlined in this tool allow you to creatively explore specific life domains that may pertain exclusively to the individual. You should use this tool to facilitate meaningful discussions about decision-making supports with the person-centered planning team and the person with a disability. These discussions will ultimately support the person with a disability with making informed and autonomous day-to-day decisions. It is important to remember that this tool may not fit everyone's individual needs or plans. Therefore, use this tool only if you feel it's beneficial to the individual you're supporting. We encourage you to complete this tool on yourself. This exercise will provide insights about how the tool is used, insights about certain vulnerabilities to using the tool, and insights about additional questions you may want to ask an individual engaged in the person-centered planning process.